time. So I've got 3 wedges, and I'm going to be talking to you about 3 different length swings to find out how far my wedges go. This time of year, it's all about drop and stop, so if we can really dial in on our distances, we can really shoot some good numbers. So, starting off with my pitching wedge, I'm going to be making a full swing. So when I say full, I don't really want you hitting anything absolutely flat out, because then that can really affect your strike, which can really affect your distance control. So I'm going to begin by talking to you about the clock face method. So this is something which I've used with many students. I use it in my own golf game, and it's had some really great results. So I like to think of the golf swing here as a clock face around my body. So 12 o'clock being here, 6 o'clock being down here. Now the position, so if I was going to make pretty much a full backswing, my left arm as a right-handed golfer, or my lead arm here, kind of tells the time. So my lead arm is getting to approximately the 10:30 position. So strongly recommend, if you make a few swings at home or on your practice area there, to see if what is your full swing position, where do you get to? Now on the way through, on that through swing here, whatever distance we go on the way back, we want to go slightly greater on the way through. So I'm going to go 10:30 to 12 o'clock, so my full swing. I'm not wrapping the golf club around the back of my neck, but I'm going to be going 10:30 to 12 o'clock here on the way through. 5 shots, I want 3 counting distances. So I'm giving myself here 2 errant shots here. So I'm allowing myself 2 lifelines. So I'm going to give it a go. Full swings. Okay, so there's my first 5 with my pitching wedge. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing again with my 50-degree wedge. So 5 shots, 50-degree wedge. Full swing. So now 5 shots with my 54-degree wedge. This is my sand wedge. Full swing, or 10:30 swing. Okay, so reference point number 2 is the 9 o'clock swing. So I'm going to take my setup position with my pitching wedge. Now, first of all, I'm going to come down the grip a little bit here. So if I'm gripping the golf club at full length, I should have approximately 2-finger gap here at the very top. So right hand off, 2-finger gap. Now I'm going to go down 3 fingers. Great little reference point this for you. So 3 fingers down, and I'm going to be standing now just a little bit narrower than shoulder width. Okay, now we're making my backswing. I want to try and get my leading arm to that 9 o'clock position, or that horizontal position there to the ground. Now, whatever distance I go on the way back, I'm going to go slightly longer on the way through. So I'm going to go through to 2 o'clock, or even to 1 o'clock there on the way through. So give it a go. So 9, 2. So now I'm finding my reference points, then I'm going to feel it. Then we're going to put it on the ball. So yet again, 5 shots. I want 3 counters. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same again with my 50-degree wedge. 5 shots, 3 counters. Okay, now onto the 54-degree wedge. Okay, now for the 7:30 swing, the quarter length, the shortest one of them all. For this, I'm going to go down 4 fingers on my golf grip. So we started with 2-finger gap, we went to 3 for the 9 o'clock swings. Now we're going to go down 4 fingers. So I'm really down the bottom of the grip here. So my feet now, they're not quite together, but it's very a much narrower stance now. So inside my armpits, if you like. Body weight here, now favouring a little bit more so on my lead side here. So to encourage me to strike that ball first. I don't need to transfer body weight here, so I kind of need to kind of preset myself. So swing length, literally, we're going to be going back to here. So on the clock face, that midpoint between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So we're going to go literally from here and then we're going to go slightly longer on the way through to a 3 o'clock position on the way through. So I'm going to go 7:30, 3. Okay? Find it first, then do it. So let's give it a go. So, okay, so moving on to my 50-degree wedge, 7:30 to 3. I'm expecting these to be very close to the pitching wedge. Okay, and last of all, my 54-degree wedge, 7:30 swings. So there we have it, 3 different wedges, 3 different swings for each of them, lots of different distances. So we can see the consistencies there starting to build behind me. The missing link for me from the screen was my lob wedge, which I would also want to include in this exercise.
Okay, so looking at my wedge distances then from those shots which I struck in the studio, we can see a nice little pattern starting to develop here. I've actually counted 3 out of the 5 to try and give me some real true averages. And as I said here, we'll see a few gaps appear in. So these are the gaps we want to get rid of. So by including my lob wedge, I'm absolutely certain we'll be filling these gaps nicely on here. Okay, so now I want to have a close look at my actual swing length. So this was my 10:30 swing. So some of you may refer to this as a full swing. Some of you may refer to this as a 3/4 swing. So here you can see if I take the line from my shoulder through my lead hand there, we've got to approximately that 10:30 position there on the clock face. And we can see on the way through, just increasing the distance on the way through to 12 o'clock. Distance, 107. Now looking at my 9 o'clock swing, so feet a little bit narrower, slightly lower down the grip. I'm just going to take this to the top of the backswing point, which here we can see if I just measure, is possibly going just past that 9 o'clock point, maybe to a 9:30 position, slightly increasing on the way through to say 1 o'clock. Carry distance, 76 yards. Now we can see the totals a little bit further now, less spin due to the lower ball flight. So now looking at the 7:30 position, so a little bit lower down the grip, we said 4 fingers down. Feet a little bit narrower, so inside armpit width. Now I'm just going to stop myself here at the top of that, the backswing now, which is my 7:30 reference point on the clock face. And hopefully here on the way through, ever so slightly increasing it on the way through. So I'm going through here to 3 o'clock. Carry 21.6, total distance 27.3. So the ball flight here is coming out a little bit lower. I find this graphic here really interesting here. So we see in the difference, or the consistencies here in my carry distances, but we can see the differences here with the actual flight. So namely here we can see the pink ones here, which is my 10:30 swing with my sand wedge, my 54-degree wedge. We can see how the carry distance is very, very similar to that of my pitching wedge. However, what a difference there in flight. So here we can see my averages from all of the swings which I've taken today. So from my 10:30 swings, which some of you may refer to as full swing or 3/4, my 9 o'clock swings, which some of you refer to as a half swing, and then I got my 7:30 swings there, which some of you will refer to as the quarters. So as we can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sets of distances from 3 different wedges. If I introduce an extra wedge, my lob wedge, which it's crying out for here on my data sheet here, I would have 12 distances with all of my wedges. So when we're pretty confident and we really trust this, it can make a huge difference with our golf game.
So there we have it. I really hope you enjoyed that video. So now really is the perfect time to get out in the garden, work on those reference points to put it to the test when you can get out on that golf course really soon. In the meantime, stay safe, take care, and I can't wait to see you very soon.